Good morning. It's a very exciting day today. I'm heading off to get my engine block from the machine shop. So I've got my journey essentials. Good old Macca's coffee. And I'm going to try and take you along this journey with me. So see if I remember to film everything. While I'm just chugging along on the M11 here, on my way to Cambridge, I just thought I'd sing the praises of my little daily run around. I bought this Peugeot 206 off my future sister-in-law for £100, and it was an absolute bargain, and probably one of the last generation of cars that were completely analogue. So it's a 1999 206, 1.48 valve. I bought it with 131,000 miles on the clock, and the mileage is 195,840 at the minute. So I've put a lot of miles on this car, and it just keeps going. And it's nice that it's got a throttle cable, because that way there's no delay, there's less electronics to go wrong, there's no BSI module that plagues these cars, with all sorts of electrical gremlins. It's just simple, reliable, fixable, and it's given me very, very few problems. It's it threw a little wobbly right at the beginning of lockdown, as a lot of things did. The radiator popped a little hole in it, which is, you know, unsurprising bearing on the age of the car. A few little leaves and a bit of crud sitting down there, so the radiator rotted out at the bottom, and it sprung a leak, which means it cooked and overheated. Well, not properly overheated. It got quite hot, and I got it home and got a new radiator. Problem solved. It then did a fan. So okay, so yeah, fan needs doing. It then did all the electrics by the fan all needed a little bit of attention. So it had a bit of a cooling wobble around that whole sort of area. Oh, and it blew. Once I'd got all those fixed, it did the head gasket, and it blew the pipe that goes along the back of the block. So it was just one sort of like chain of events around the beginning of lockdown. But because they're old and they've been around for a long time, there's loads of advice. There's loads of parts available, because they were produced until about 2009, I think. I've even managed to get some bits from Peugeot still straight from the factory, so it's yeah, it's been a bit of a gem. And it sounds like a load of things went wrong, but it really wasn't that bad a fix. Each time it was like, oh, I'll just do this, hour spent fixing the car, job done. And it started to get to the point where I was like, oh, okay, if anything else goes, that might be the nail in the coffin. I'll just get it to the next MOT. Another MOT comes up, and through it goes. It literally just passed its MOT, so it's 22 odd years old. So it's an October 99 car, 22 years old, and just passed the MOT. There was a couple of advisories, but I mean, it's like your engine's steady, bushes are starting to get worn, there's a bit of corrosion on the sill, but nothing major. I forget what my other advisory was. When I got there, he handed me a fail slip. I was like, oh, that's the end of the car. And he said, yeah, it was a brake light that was out. We've replaced it, there's your pass. Okay, another year of happy, cheap motoring. Why get an electric car when you can get 50 to the gallon out of an old banger like this, and you can fix it for peanuts? An electric car doesn't make sense, does it? So anyway, that's, you know, I'm chugging along at 60 to 65, 2,800 RPM. The radio works, the heater works if I want it, the aircon works if I want it. What more could you want from a little run around? Anyway, that's enough of me singing praises for my crappy little Peugeot 206. On with the journey to the machine shop to get parts for the Mini. Excited, boys! I've just come into Soham. It has a very, very good machine shop here. I've no one's ever heard of Ivor Searle, well, you have now. Very worth looking up, very reasonably priced. They do pretty much every engine going, and oh, there it is, just gone past the road. That's annoying. There we have Ivor Searle. Let's see where I've got parked. Front door looks like it's down here. That saves me a walk carrying this junk in, doesn't it? We'll call that it. There we go. Rayleigh in Essex to Ivor Searle in Soham. Although I might need to be over the road because they are about everywhere. You've got an Ivor Searle there, over the other side of the road. There's more going on over there. Well, we'll see where I've got to go. And here we have the fruits of the journey. We have a nicely machined bores. I've had the mains line honed. They were actually a little tight, so they've been just honed out to side, and I asked them to take as much meat as they could off of this side as opposed to taking them out the block, because I'm a little bit critical on height. I've also had new cam bearings fitted and honed into size, and it's had a lovely chemical clean. All that old paint and junk is off of it, and you can see, find it in there. Oh, where are we? All the junk is out of the block. Nice and clean in there. New pistons. Full thou skirt clearance. Lovely. I'm not going to push it all the way in because I have to go on as well. There you go. Looks lovely.